All right, Beeman 500 series. If you're like me and you've tried to find something on the web showing you how to disassemble it, there wasn't anything. So I just went ahead and did it. Figured I should probably share. The reason that you are unlikely to find any other video than this is because Beeman did not design this gun to be disassembled. Basically, it comes down to this little pin right here. It doesn't thread out. I thought maybe it did, which is why I put those cuts in it. And then I put a flathead screwdriver in there, held the other side in place and tried to screw it out, but no. It's actually a compression fitting that they slam a punch onto in the factory, and it's not meant to come off. But you can take them off. It's not necessarily pretty, at least not in my situation, because it took me a while to figure out it wasn't going to come out very easily. So once you do get it out, you can see there's the cog-like end to it that the part that I drilled out fits onto. Something to note, this shaft here, I think it's tempered, must be, it's quite hard. These end caps are pretty soft, so take that into consideration when choosing how to remove it. Once you have that out, it breaks down really easily. This pops apart, boom, boom. Lifts out of here, do this one-handed, forgive me. Okay, now you've pulled that out of the stock. That's where your new bolt's gonna have to go. You just find one that's the right diameter. It's not rocket science. Next is 4 screws, 1, 2, 3, 4, all Phillips number 2. So you pop that off, and now you're into the guts. This is the important bit right here. This guy right there, the hammer. If you got one of these guns, you know that it's just heartbreaking how long you have to wait between pulling the trigger and something happening. So it's an easy fix if it's easy to get into this part of the gun, which it isn't on this gun, but it's doable. I've been there, I've experienced it. We're here, we're at where we want to be. Here we have the portion of the plunger that catches on the hammer. And if you've used your gun for a while, you'll actually have from this piece under here, this bottom section here will have created a line on the face of your hammer. And that's the lowest you can go grinding your hammer down before it won't catch at all. So it gives you a good starting point. I went down to about 1 millimeter above the line, or I guess that's like a shy 16th for anybody living south of the Canadian border. That is essentially how you get this gun from sucking to not sucking. Everything else is not too bad, especially since these guns are so cheap. But that is the biggest problem, that you have to wait an afternoon from the time you pull the trigger till something happens. And that's all you gotta do is just file down that baby. I've already filed mine down. Keep in mind, you don't have to put the whole gun back together to test the reaction is like after you've done your filing. You just gotta put this piece together, throw your bolt in. As long as you can break it, you can check it out. And then pull it open, file it down, get it to where you want. You basically have a gun at an economical price, and hopefully you don't mangle it as much as I did. It wasn't that terrible. I mean, I can pretty that up with something, I'm sure. The key point is that it takes a gun that is pretty mediocre as far as trigger pull goes and turns it into something that's quite nice. So hopefully this was helpful to somebody. Have a great day. Cheers.